Hey YouTube, how are you doing? Today we'll be checking out the new special program for Star Rail. Expectations obviously will be getting higher soon, which I hope I may be able to be a bit lucky for once and kinda get. And then I guess there's Cypher, which is, well, Cypher exists. Maybe. But story-wise, we will be facing the last. We will be retrieving the last core flame, probably, or not probably. That's kind of obviously gonna happen, since Hyacinth is there obviously fought, and I guess Cypher exists. Being a bit harsh. But I guess she just does cat things. Maybe she takes a nap. I don't really know what other characters we'll be seeing, but I guess you see that in the version. But let's not wait too long with it. But before we get to the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's see what they're having with this new version and all that. Sponsored by Aglaya.
Huh?
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
I'm here too, Cassie. It's so great to see you.
Hello, you two! I almost thought we couldn't reach Miss Castress. How are things going over there?
It's a bit dark here, Mr. Albert. But there's no need to worry about me.
That's good to hear.
But they have,
Actually, where's Miss Cypher?
wait, they have internet connection in the underworld.
Here!
Ask, and you shall receive. Miss Cypher, are you...
Having signal issues?
Don't worry, the wind is just a bit strong here in Akaba.
Lady Cypher, are you okay?
Don't worry, there are just lots of really passionate fans today,
Oh,
and I'm
what?
just so happy to see Albert. Let's just go quiet.
And what the heck is going on? The cat is already dead before the story. She got caught.
My ancestor, Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight, raised her spear against the sky and ushered in the flame-chasing era that continues to
Who's
this
that?
day.
Oh, that was Hyacinth voice.
Little Ika. Let's have a break.
This fat small one.
Guide me to Rainbow Bridge.
He ate all the buffs.
May this faint light dispel the gloom, restore the skies. Chrysos Air's flame-chase journey is nearing its end. Friends, let us soar together.
Ika was hungry.
Where did they hide that thing?
Cat and mouse time!
Don't fight so I can leave early. Our cute play session is over.
Safa's here too. I think she has a magnet.
We'll take it off.
And she's dead. She's dead already. She literally got murdered in her own trailer. Literally one shot in her own trailer.
Leave Mr. Castress and me.
Awaken, Lady Seliosi! Witness the will of humanity!
I am the blazing sun destined to rise.
Is he Orius? So that the crazy looking thing was Aquila, right?
Ooh, and whether your world is currently sunny or rainy, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the version 3.3, The Fall at Dawn's Rise special program. I'm Albert, your
Add
favorite
some
announcer.
Walters.
Welcome, three guests. Why don't you say hello?
It looks like a boss in Zelda where you have to hit the eye with your arrow. Look. Where's Custer's here? Oh, I guess she is still relevant in the story.
Hello to everyone.
Yeah. I'm Cypher.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hyacinth, a healer from the Twilight Courtyard.
Hello, everyone. I'm Casterus. It's a pleasure to be on the special program.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Albert, for inviting us and for setting up such a special broadcasting location.
It is pretty interesting. Are we in the sky right now?
This is to bring everyone first-hand intel about the Aeronova. After all, I've been personally watching the Flame Chase Journey's progress too. For example, in the previous version story, we saw the Chrysos heirs recover the core flames of death and reason. And we learned through Professor Anax's experiment that the world of Amphorius is essentially in a cycle.
That's correct. The Titans of today are the Chrysos heirs of the previous cycle.
We did make a lot of progress, but we also paid a heavy price. Cassie took over Death's authority and remained in the Netherrealm to maintain the cycle of life and death, while Professor Anaxa reached the end of his journey as a living man.
A hero.
The question is, who's more dead, Cypher or Custer's?
Whose journey is always accompanied by farewells. But I'm convinced their sacrifices will not be in vain. In version 3.3, the Trailblazer will set out with the Chrysos heirs on their final campaign of the Flame Chase Journey. That is, the battle against the Sky Titan. Speaking of Aquila, no one has ever been able to uncover their secrets, even though you can see the sky just by lifting your head and Akuma.
That's just
The
how it
sky
is.
is fake.
The sky has remained untouchable throughout Amphorius' history, and anything beyond the sky is strictly taboo. Most people both respect and fear Aquila.
The histories say that Aquila is a giant bird with 100 eyes, that the sky itself is their eyelids, and that they govern the dawn and dusk of the world. They once fought against Nikodor in the Chrysos War. The Sky Cities back then were powerful states that could even stand toe-to-toe against Castrum Kremnos. As for the worlds beyond the sky, it's said that some people once made skyships to overcome Aquila's curse upon the sky, only to have their entire city-state reduced to ashes.
Compared to how other Titans bring faith and protection to the people, Aquila appears particularly arrogant and seems to only demand fear from humanity.
Besides, now the sky is stopping Gray and Danny from going home.
But don't worry, the Trailblazer will be able to go home once this battle is over.
Albert, let's not jinx it.
Okay, no jinxing. But since no one has managed to reach the sky for thousands of years, that just goes to show that Aquila is the most challenging foe on the Flame Chase journey so far. Ooh, I've been too scared to even fly that boy.
It's a bit complicated actually, because the last cycle it was death was the last thing to overcome. It's a bit it's always different which one is the hardest.
What if Aquila turns me into a barbecued owl with one thunderbolt?
So, is there any possible way for us to reach the sky?
Don't worry, Cassie. Just leave that to me. As a descendant of the sky, I've never forgotten how to return up there.
That's right. In version 3.3, Hyacinth will lead the heroes in carrying out a ritual and summoning a rainbow bridge to head to Aquila's abode together.
That's a descendant of the sky for you.
There's
But
something in
instead
Norse
of worrying
mythology.
about how we'll get up there,
We
shouldn't
create
we
Bifrost.
worry more about what'll happen once we've ascended?
Fear the power of the sky.
Hey, which side are you on?
I was just trying to set the mood. After all, the Flame Chase journey has been through so much. Apart from enemies in the sky, there are also problems on the ground. The last core flame of the flame chase journey, the core flame of the world-bearing Titan, remains protected in Dawn Cloud by the Council of Elders and has not been returned.
Correct. Though the Council of Elders is losing their power, they do still have that trump card up their sleeves. We must be on the lookout for their counterattack.
Yes, and the Flame Reaver also appeared in the trailer we just saw. The ticking time bomb still hasn't been dealt with.
But Lord Mighty is now permanently stationed in Castrum Kremnos, and I must remain in the Netherrealm. While the other Chrysosaurs must go on the campaign against Aquila.
True. There's so much we need to all do at the same time. Just how exactly can we protect Kefali's core flame?
To protect World-Bearing's cord flame, maybe we can trouble a certain demigod who hasn't been a part of the team for a long time.
Help us, Miss Cypher!
I thought somebody
Maybe it'll become
came
an
up with
interesting game of trickery.
Apart from the pursuit of Aranova within Emporius, the geniuses beyond this world are also keeping a close eye on things. Madam Herta's data spirit entity successfully reached the vortex of Genesis at the end of version 3.2's main story. And we learned from her conversation with Lygus that the third path enveloping Emporius is the destruction. As the geniuses continue their investigation, the source of Emporius' tragedy will gradually be revealed, and the fates of Emporius and the cosmos will also begin to tangle. As for how, that will be up to the Trailblazers to find out in the upcoming story. To make sure that everyone can smoothly pass the final challenge before reaching the Aranova, Albert, and bringing you the latest reports on the Sky, Castrum, and Aquila. Today, the Eye of Twilight has clear weather, low humidity, and a high UV.
So we have a flying sort of. That looks so like some. It could be some Zelda temple. Not gonna lie.
Index. Make sure you stay hydrated and cover up. This is the heart of the Sky Cities. The various intricate machines here can control the weather, and you can enjoy unique meteorological phenomena using the Celestial Mural.
But these grandiose...
Well, first I thought it was upside down almost, but I guess it's supposed to be that way because these look kind of like towers. I was thinking of the what they had in Wuthering Waves with the upside down city, but now it's just built that way.
buildings were gradually abandoned over time, and all traces of Aquila, the Sky Titan, have been lost. Some claim that they are now hiding in the depths of the Eye of Twilight.
Though this place now lies empty and lifeless, we may still glean the Sky Folk's past glory and wisdom from the traces left behind by time.
What a magnificent
Get
city hiding
flashbacks.
in the sky. I bet there's lots of treasures that we've never seen on the ground.
Yeah, I also feel like this place seems very different from everywhere else in that forest. Of course, please be careful as you observe the view from above the clouds. In this splendid Sky Castrum, we'll be fighting Aquila, the sublime, radiant avatar of the sky.
The Sky Titan is the most capricious out of the 12 Titans. We really need more information about them before we begin the campaign.
That's right. In the first phase of the battle.
And there we are. Has some wild look. This big eye thingy also.
The weather will be clear. Clear weather will have a starting temperature that can deal damage to allies. Aquila will increase environmental temperature over time, and their damage against allies will also increase as the temperature climbs.
Allies will also be able to deal more damage to Aquila when the temperature rises. But it's better to attack as many enemy targets as possible to reduce environmental temperature and reduce incoming damage.
You'll get a heat stroke if it gets too hot, so make sure
So they make another boss that's a harder check. I thought we're in the Castorus era now. Let me
Everything
see what
stays.
the weakness are physical and look what is icon this it's not colored right now. Is that fire icon?
Cool. All right.
Well, that's right. And in the second phase of the battle, we will meet lightning and thunder.
Oh, quantum. Oh yeah, right now see the purple. It's pretty hard to really decipher when it's greater. Now you see it properly. The purplish. So you probably can beat it with Custos. There's no way they make a boss specifically for unreleased. They always make it for current characters.
Storm clouds will descend together with sharp.
So he definitely is not unfavored by it. But since there's like higher damage take involved, so it's something that favors Custos being not Custos, the Hyacinth, and for Hyacinth Custos is favored. Also because they didn't put imaginary, so it's anti-Medemos on purpose. If it had imaginary, then typically you could think Medemos would work as well, given that the boss as damage increases, so you can get the faster stuff stacked up.
Gales. During this phase, the environment will accumulate thundercloud stacks, and Aquila will deal damage to allies based on the number of thundercloud stacks.
A sunny day turned into stormy weather in the blink of an eye.
When allies attack Aquila in the second phase of the battle, they can seize Thundercloud stacks. And Aquila will damage themselves based on the Thundercloud stacks seized by allies. After allies have seized all Thundercloud stacks, the Titan will become weakness broken.
But that's not all. In the third phase of the battle, the weather will get even worse, and Aquila will deal a set amount of...
Everyone, I'll provide off-field assistance to the team during the third phase.
As the most reliable healer in Akuma, having Miss Hyacinth around means we've got even more protection.
When they get to the car.
Not bad, little girl. You've got the intel, and you've got the moves.
Echo of War, Glance of Twilight will also become available in version 3.3. Trailblazers can obtain the character Cypher's advanced trace level up material, Day Thunder and Amnesis, after completing the challenge. Here's a kind reminder that the character Hyacinth's advanced trace level up material is Lost Echo of Shared Wish. Make sure you're not farming the wrong item, Trailblazers.
Sure.
That brings an end to our introduction to the stories about the sky. We'll be back in a bit, so don't go anywhere.
To finally get the character. There's Jonker there. It really ate everything. This is an endless void of eating everything. Little Ika just eats everything. It has the Giga Drill. It comes with the horn and does a Giga Drill. Or with the crown rather.
Oh, even our studio feels all warm and fluffy now after seeing how cute and lovely Miss Hyacinth is.
It's my duty to rejuvenate everyone. I'm the head healer of the Twilight Courtyard, and I've always been responsible for the Flame Chaser's health and wellness.
She's also great at taking care of the chimeras. The chimeras work hard thanks to her. That's how you grow a business, you know?
I was very surprised at first by Miss Hyacinth's warmth and healing. It's a far cry from the impression I got of the descendants of the sky from the history books.
Oh, and what do the history books say?
They are usually tall and ferocious, and brave and warlike.
Or they have the authority to control the weather. Some legends even claim that the sky folk have wings. Albert, I know you have wings, but this is local Amphorius history we're talking about here.
Fine.
Well, even back when Lady Treby was spreading the prophecy, a skyfolk with a spear in hand had already issued a challenge to Aquila. My ancestor was also the first mortal to slay a god. Many brave warriors who participated in the Kremnos festival are also counted among that heroine's descendants.
That just makes me more curious, Miss Hyacinth. With so many strong and brave fighters in your family tree, why did you choose to become a healer?
Because my wish is to add a footnote for ordinary people on the heroic epics blank page, and to heal every vulnerable person to the best of my ability. Though the duty of the flame chase is heavy and profound, I wish my friends wouldn't be so troubled all the time. That's why I try to keep everyone as cheerful as possible.
That's right. I remember that Hyacinth definitely reduced the tension in that conversation the first time the Trailblazer met her.
Hey, she told Grey Mystery that they have sharp eyes, and said they'd make good members of the Twilight Courtyard. Anyone would be happy to hear that.
Mm-hmm. What can I say? Having a friend who always looks after your emotional well-being is pure bliss indeed.
Miss Hyacinth has lots of cute birds in the Twilight Courtyard, too. And she loves taking pictures of them. You'd get along with her very well, Mr. Albert.
Wait, seriously?
Yep,
Albert is the
that's
new
right.
pet.
Here, Mr. Albert, let me take some photos of you.
Ha! Woo-hoo! Why are they all out of focus? Anyways, why don't we look at how Miss Hyacinth performs in battle?
Yes, I'm a wind character following the path of remembrance, and I'm skilled at protecting my teammates in battle. After using my ultimate, I can restore HP for all allies and increase their max HP.
Increase max HP for everyone in the
max
team.
HP.
That's right. Both my ultimate and my skill can restore.
Free max HP is so pretty. I mean, I kind of know Mysterious, but if Castella's and Trippy both scaling, 30% is since. If you're Whale, then you get 50% bonus from Evo. It's kind of crazy with the max HP. I don't think there's much they can. Even if somebody is sniffing that copium, I don't think if when it comes to damage increase, there's much more than that.
HP for all allies, as well as summon my good helper, little Ika.
It looks so chubby, like a cute plushie. Hugging it must feel very nice.
Not only is little Ika very huggable, but they're also a great help in battle. Whenever a teammate's HP decreases during battle, little Ika will consume their own HP to automatically restore HP for the teammate.
In other words, little Ika will automatically heal teammates both when they get hit and when they actively consume their own HP.
That's right.
It's gonna feel pretty safe.
Also, it seems like Castella's attacks also eat little Ika's attack HP, so it's kind of just so much bonus of having like a fat stack of HP around like little Ika.
With both Hyacinth and little Ika healing us.
Apart from healing teammates, little Ika can also attack enemies. The more healing little Ika and I provide, the more damage little Ika deals to enemies.
Feels like even the battlefield becomes bathed in Miss Hyacinth's light of dawn.
It seems like her thing is a buff tab, so works perfectly with Castella's, who has to be on the field.
And my mood is lifted as well, like a clear sky after rain.
Gentleness is a strength on its own. This colorful rainbow bridge and the floating bubbles are all symbols of thriving life.
After all, healing isn't all about the body. Revitalizing the spirit is very important too.
All right, after Miss Hyacinth, let's introduce the next character coming in version 3.3, Cypher. Hey, stop! We're not done yet!
What is a special? If only a special effect was that she would be stealing currency from the But I guess they probably wouldn't give you any premium currency. But maybe that would convince people to pull if she would have the special effect to if you finish off an enemy with her, you get 1 stellar jade, then you could grind some stellar jades. Then the only problem would be that her damage would be so low that she can't kill anything. But I guess maybe with E6 Robin you can hit her for 2 damage instead of 1. No, never mind. It doesn't work. Just. Such an awkward.
Boss Cypher told me there were treasures in that big studio. But there's nothing here. Still, thieves never return empty-handed. So give it to me.
Hey! You bandit! Give me my clothes back! Apologies. Let us continue. Like Glai and Triby, Cypher is also a Chrysos heir who joined the Flame Chase journey at the very beginning. She has had the divine authority of trickery for many long years. But unlike the other heirs, Cypher's movements have always been elusive, and no one can pinpoint her whereabouts. She is almost never in Akama, but there always seem to be stories about her in the city.
Can't help it.
She's so elusive and can never be found. You know what? She can also never be found on my account. But easy skip for me at least. Halcyon on the other hand is just. The only question is if Lil Inca might be too heavy for me to pull. Let's hope I might be lucky for once in this.
I can't live in a place where the seamstress has got everything under surveillance.
Albert's right. We've been in Akama for so long, and yet we've hardly seen Miss Cypher at all.
I wonder what she's up to all day.
I have a hot scoop from an anonymous gray-haired source that says Cypher has been colluding with the spirit thief.
Hey! It's not colluding. Bartolos and I just have, similar interests. We're good partners when it comes to going on adventures and hunting for treasures.
Yeah, that spirit thief was so impressed by Cypher's charisma that they voluntarily became Cypher's sidekick.
Impressed by her charisma? Or by the promise of riches?
But seriously though, if someone could make me rich, ooh, then they'd be the most charismatic person on earth.
Here, you can have it back. I had a look at your working conditions, and it's not in line with our principles. Oh, tut-tut, what a poor bird. Poor bird. Take this as well. Go treat yourself and have some golden honey cakes after work.
Thank you. Why do I not feel happy about this? Though they are all demigods, Cypher is different from Glai and Triby. She didn't interested in the Flame Chase journey or the Air Nova.
It's just a weird voice for the Barfolas.
Carefree and unrestrained life.
That's true. It was only thanks to Lady Aglaya's generous payment that Cypher was willing to come send the Trailblazer and me to Styxia.
Her free-spirited and independent personality has given Aglaya quite the headache. The fact that the demigod of trickery is unwilling to fulfill her duties has become Aglaya's most vexing concern.
Oh, come on. How do you expect me to do a desk job? There's no way a cat could fulfill the duties of a god. It's not the cat's problem, though. Cats are always right.
Yeah, cats are always right.
Cats are always... Wait, why did we all start defending Miss Cypher?
Isn't that the wonderful part about being the demigod of trickery?
The authority of trickery? Maybe that's how Cypher got Aglaya to value her so much. The cat pulled a little trick, and Aglaya was absolutely powerless to stop her.
You want to know my trade secrets that much? Then you gotta pay up, you know?
Please stop on my wallet. Well, as to how Cypher caught a guy's eye and was invited to join the Flame Chase journey, that'll be for the Trailblazers to find out in version 3.3. For now, let's see how this cat fights in battle.
Let's get on with it then. I'm a quantum character following the path of nihility. While in battle, I prioritize inflicting the enemy with the highest max HP on the...
This is almost kind of funny given they clearly show what intention they... And look who's here. Really, she's supposed to be a slight upgrade over Pella. In Akron E0 situation. Or as soon as you get Akron E2, I guess then you would cut her and not the fox. The fox is stronger than the cat. It's always strange. Also, obviously it's kind of a more of a personal thing, but I think this positioning, well, I guess the positioning before that was kind of off as well, but the positioning is still kind of off in this one. Maybe I'm just too nitpicky when it comes to these things. And she should be a Pella upgrade. It's kind of the, I think this is good. This technically is the strongest Akron, should be the strongest Akron E0 team. If it gets to E2, she's the first one to be cut though. But the order in this team is kind of problematic for me. Because it has to be Akron in the first or the fourth slot. And then... I don't know how it is with energy. She'll just last for 3 turns. I would say her ultimate is prioritized position in the middle, Avenger in here, and Charger there. Because I think his lasts long enough that you can have it up even if it's on the side. Although his ultimate is obviously the better one. But I think he has fine uptime even without it, so you get better results of having morphers. It's kind of the... Because Aventurine will obviously have the highest chance of getting hit, and you want Aventurine to be hit because he in that team will use Trend of the Universal Market. But I feel like it's kind of almost funny because Akron is, I think, a character where there's like a ton of high investment around, at least the people that still play Akron these days. I personally think Akron E0 S0 is kind of nigh unplayable. Maybe Xiaoju, because I don't have experience with Xiaoju, maybe that Xiaoju is just increasing her damage by so much that it's insane or something. But I feel like, especially without Xiaoju, Akron is kind of unplayable at this point. So support for a character that's basically already pretty bad position-wise in the meta. And especially if their character's at higher investment levels, which probably a lot of people that still use Akron, you suddenly have a downgrade. Because let's be real, the most people that probably still play Akron these days in super endgame modes have a E2 S1. Like, I think that's the common thing of people still using Akron, that they probably have E2 S1 as the baseline. Because otherwise her damage is just not there yet these days. And if you have that baseline, then Cypher's worse than Xiaoju. That's just it. Nobody's gonna beat Xiaoju. And not even the Silver Wolf changes are gonna probably beat Xiaoju. Because he's just that good for her. That's just it. It's a support a shielder to take trend of the universal market in Chaoshu. You can't get around the fox guy. The fox is stronger than the cat, no matter what you do. She does not have a team. Unless magically they make that that final will suddenly make turn her into something, but it's just not there. She's just from the get-go a Xiaoshu downgrade. And that's just the fact that's currently in the game, that when it comes to getting higher Archon level, she's the first one to be cut. And she does not have any other teams. You probably before putting her into let's say a Feisha team, you probably play a Naxa before that. It's kind of just as a sub DPS being as a suboptimal sub DPS, I feel like it's hard to really have a place in anywhere. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be rough. Because, well, obviously you can say waifu or meta, but you can still look at from the menu as I mean, I think whether you own a character or not, if all their worth it is looking at them from the menu, then you don't need to pull. Because you're not gonna play them in any endgame.
Field with a special state. When allies attack the enemy in that special state, I record the damage allies dealt to the enemy and perform follow-up attacks on that enemy.
Record?
Oh, that's false info. It's not a follow-up. It's not. Oh no. She said it. She called it a follow-up, but it's technically, isn't that the thing that's not a follow-up? That's what a follow-up attack looks like. If anything. Isn't that wait, that's still, doesn't he get stacks from follow-up attacks themselves or something, or is it just all attacks? Is that old info? I mean, it's not indicative of the final product, so that's the pre-change recorded or something.
Are you saving up for something astronomical?
Bingo. When I use my ultimate, I will additionally deal true damage to the enemy based on the damage value I've recorded.
Whoa! Does that mean when allies have dealt damage to the enemy, the higher the total damage is, the more additional true damage Miss Cypher will deal?
That's called borrowing other people's strength.
But a cat always has even better plans up her sleeve in a fight. When using my skill or ultimate, I can change which target is in the special state. The recorded damage value will be retained when the target is changed. In other words, if there are multiple enemies on the field...
Cypher can place her mark and do nothing as her teammates go all out on the attack. Then she can use her ultimate on the enemies on the field for a gazillion damage.
You know your stuff, Albert.
You're too kind.
I saw Miss Cypher using a huge magnet to pull the enemies in during the fight. Where did that come from?
Goofy sort of.
That's my hometown's invention. The homemade pulleroo. That pulleroo is my favorite. It can pull away anything I want to get my paws on. Even gold.
So true. Look at how much stuff is getting pulled out of the enemy. There's so much.
Why is this funky team? I guess they put everything in this. Unfortunately, she doesn't have the HP scaling to go with. To be honest, if they would just give her HP scaling and a fat HP pool, this would even be a good team. She suddenly would actually have a place.
Gold.
Cats are good, and the enemies of cats are evil. Look at about anyway, so why not give their treasures to the cat?
Also,
There's
why
no
random
need for me to go easy
Acorn
on
again.
enemies. I'll take all their sparkling jewels and jingling coins. After using my technique, my movement speed will increase, and I will not be detected by enemies. Allies might even get some extra goods when I get.
So her technique is basically just Sailor. Isn't that what Sailor does, minus the stealing part? So just Sailor with some random coin stealing attached to it.
Close to an enemy.
So that's what you mean by thieves never return empty-handed.
Now that we've finished introducing Cypher, let's have a
Oh,
look at
wait,
this.
wait. Oh my. Oh my. Hyacinth is definitely expected to do well because of Banner's ass. Oh my god, that's so bad. What the fuck is that? I suppose Sava has a use, but damn, this is like... I guess it doesn't really matter technically because all of these are... I think I have all of them max. I even have Misha max, I think. But that's so bad. They're definitely just going for a... Well, if you want that damage bonus in. And let's see, Litecoin wise, this one is trash. What's the Mose one? Wait, the Mose one is the Hunt one with break effect, am I right? So this is the budget booty hell Litecoin. And this is it the Poised to Bloom? The one with, the one that's giving crit damage if you have two of the same type? Like the Harmony Litecoin? Oh, which one is this? Or is it the regular March Litecoin? The one for preservation. Preservation is that's kind of mid of sorts. I guess it exists. This one is probably the only one that has a use if you need to go for something, if you need something for booty hill, but it's pretty random here, unless I guess there's a booty hill rerun.
Banners. At version 3.3's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Hyacinth. The limited 5-star light cone, Long May Rainbows Adorn the Sky, will also have a boosted drop rate. In the first half, the limited 5...
Herta? Is that why Serval is there? So Serval is there for Herta and the rest are just there to poop on the banner.
Star character, the Herta, is returning, and at the same time, the limited 5-star light cone, Into the Unreachable Veil, will become available once again. In version 3.3's second half warp event,
Who does more damage, Jingche or Cypher? Or is it the Shuyi or Cypher? Which quantum DPS does more damage? Man, these light cones are random as hell. Shed Feeding has some more uses. The Sampo one is pretty outdated because Dot is dead. I don't remember this one. I don't know what this one is. Shed Feeling is probably the best light cone there on there because there's uses for it. If you like have a healer that spams skill every single turn, it does have a use, but it's more of a niche thing. I suppose they give you at least Shuyi with this one. But the rest are kinda... I feel like they're mostly pretty on the outdated side. I mean, Aglaya uses the Freestar Litecoin for free to play.
Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Cypher. The limited 5-star light cone...
Oh, this is the Remembrance with attack with Run May and Herta on it. That's not even the free to play. That one is worse than the Freestar Litecoin because it gives you attack, and if your Aglaya is properly built, you get massive amounts of attack from having speed. The light gun is actually bad on her. I don't know who that uses that light gun, but it's not Aglaya. I think nobody currently uses this light gun.
Lies Dance on the Breeze will also have a boosted drop rate. In the second half, the limited 5-star character...
Not like some Aglaya is making. So do they think that you use this as a budget Aglaya light gun? As something? Because it's really a bad one. I know they used it during the event, but I already shit talked them for that it's kind of trash on her.
is returning, and at the same time, the limited 5-star light cone, time woven into gold, will become available once again.
Yay!
And I feel like the second half is easy. I don't think Aglaya is really that enticing to pull all of a sudden. Kafka buff when Kafka's gonna take over again. Trust. In both the first band, Aglaya, Herta and Aglaya in the same order get their reruns. So it's kind of the but I feel like they're mostly like I guess one last time before Aglaya gets completely buried by I don't know, Finon. I mean, Finon is coming up, so this ban is basically kind of throwaway. I mean, Cypher's kind of gonna be throwaway. Hyacinth is there for Castor's mains. Herta is there for Anaxa, people that have Anaxa and don't have Herta yet and want to finish the team. But the second half is kind of throwaway before Finon comes out. So they put in something that they don't expect much to come out of because Finon is coming up.
Time for a short break. The program will resume in just a few moments.
Heck is going on? Why is Albert walking? Why is this Mario? What Mario Kart is this? Why is little Ika faster than Cypher? I thought she's supposed to be fast. Let's go. Let's just pretend little Ika won.
Welcome back! This is version 3.3 special program.
Well, what happened to you during that break, Mr. Albert?
I'm okay. I just went on a walk in the forest and crashed into something.
You crashed into a tree?
He definitely had some long
Mr.
legs.
Albert crashed into a flying emperor. What a
Jarring victory.
All right. Enough of this. Let's get back to the program. Penacony's Speed Cup Spheroid Racing Tournament is now open for registration. The mightiest
You're
drivers
racing
are
in
about
balls?
to gather and fight for supreme glory together. During the event, the Trailblazer will drive a spheroid race car and participate in a racing competition.
What in the
race
Mario
cars
Kart
have
is
different
this?
characteristics and abilities. First, let me introduce you to this super cool looking Sea Hunter Shark with a god-tier engine and supreme horsepower. It's the favorite of old-fashioned racers, guaranteed to terrify your opponents.
The racetrack is different for each race. There will be acceleration bands.
What an F-Zero. Do you think this is gonna be PvP? Or do I feel like maybe they're too worried because it's too competitive and people get scared of it with other people? I would love to race with it. I hope they make it at least as an optional thing. Probably the main rewards are gonna be against bots who get lost in a straight corridor or something, but
bands, deceleration bands, and different kinds of obstacles. You've got to be able to deal with these surprises if you want to become the champion.
Hey, wait, there's a car coming up. Ooh, the opponent's putting on the pressure. Ooh, but I see Honor Shark skillfully uses rockets to disrupt the opponent and employs the acceleration bands to overtake them on a turn.
That's awesome. But the spheroids don't move forward by rolling?
It's not like we're all the hamster ball night. We can't have the driver doing somersaults in there. Anyways, as the competition progresses, we'll unlock more race cars and enjoy
This
different
doesn't
racing
look-
experiences.
Like what?
This doesn't look very PvP
No
so far.
problem. Let's look at the Lucky Car 13 Orphans. It said that whoever drives this car
Jinx-tre.
will be blessed by the god of games, be forever safe, and win every tile game. And there's this one with an absolutely stunning name. The Herdador.
All these cars look...
Well, there are die-hard fans everywhere, but I'm sure these celebrities won't mind having their likenesses printed on cars. Besides, the Trailblazer will encounter some old friends in this competition. Apart
Is
from
that
the
why
owner
Jinx-tre
of
gets
these
rerun?
cars, I heard a certain hacker helped the Trailblazer register for this competition. Then I
Silver
wish all
Wolf
the
story.
drivers good luck in this competition. Let us now turn to the other version events. In version 3.3, the game Legend of the Galactic Baseballer Demon King, followed by Giovanni.
Wait, what was that again the last time? I forgot this event. I think there was something fun, but I forgot all about. What was
Will
the...
have its official release. Giovanni's investments is still paying off, and that's all thanks to the valuable suggestions the Trailblazer gave in the previous beta test. The official release of Legend of the Galactic
Giovanni is
Baseballer
back.
will retain the lore and setting of a little raccoon looking for a baseball bat.
In every battle wave, the baseballer must defeat as many enemies as possible, gain experience, and try to increase their team level. After you've raised your team level,
Oh
you
yeah,
get
that's
one
right. They
chance
get like all these power-ups and have like this combination with the power-ups. I remember now. We have like each power-up has like a there's like the active damage and there's like a passive that ties to them, and then there's like generally passives that help.
to select a weapon or accessory. And you can raise your combat power by combining different weapons and accessories sensibly. After achieving max level with a weapon, and if in possession of its resonant accessory, it can ascend into a legendary weapon.
On top of that, there's one legendary weapon among the ones available this time that can be ascended further into an esteemed weapon. There are also combos between normal weapons that can become powerful twin weapons.
Lots of cool new stuff.
This is the official release after all. Lots of new content has been...
I'm really not too satisfied with their team orders. Not gonna NG. Maybe I'm just the most nitpicky one when it comes to sorting a team properly. Although this time they're a bit closer. This team is kind of generally the team definitely works well, but you gotta swap him, I feel like. Medeiros obviously gets attacked the most, so you gotta have the one attack the most in like the third or the second position and surrounded by other energy. Yeah, because then cleave attacks will cleave the on Tribi and Hyacinth. But that's like all HP skill. Hyacinth is gonna get so much value in this. Like everyone gets such massive, like Hyacinth's HP increase is so massive on all of the, like all get so much damage out of that.
added since the beta version. Also, the baseballer may encounter the Demon King's minions during battle. Defeat them for a chance to open chests and increase your combat power. After completing all the trials of one planet, the baseballer will receive one ultimate bat fragment. In the final battle, the baseballer will need to use the reforged ultimate bat to fight the ultimate enemy, the Black Cloak Demon King. Mr. Giovanni has great hope that the official release of the Legend of the
So
Galactic
the Flame
Baseballer
Stealer gets
will bring
killed
the
with a baseball
Trailblazer
bat.
Supreme.
Adrenaline!
In version 3.3, Divergent Universe Protean Hero will also have an update, and the remaining 6
More
golden blood
Protean
spoons
Hero?
will be released.
A new.
To be honest, I haven't even got... I guess I got quite semi-far. I got far enough that Casterus has to bonk on them for an eternity already, at least. But I guess there's more sort of... more buffs coming out. More Casterus buffs in Protean Hero.
What's the trick
More
this time?
protein for
In the 6 goals
Casterus.
that come with the Divergent Universe Protean Hero update, the duration of 1 full day can be reduced, making day and night switch more frequently. This means that more golden blood spoon effects will be triggered as day and night switch over.
Oh, so you're saying we should take advantage of how often day and...
To be honest, in terms of day and night, I always pick the powers that this power is not active during night, or this power is not active during day, and then just forget about the day and night cycle completely. I always pick the power that makes them active all the time. Literally 100%. If I get it offered, I always pick it. And then I forget about the day and night cycle system. But you get big HP increases from Casterus and Medemus at night.
night switch and reap the buffs to deal more damage.
Indeed.
So out of the 6 new schools, what will you choose, Mr. Albert, as an expert of the Divergent Universe?
Is that...
This is...
that cabin? I think Cypher is the worst generally. I suppose it depends on the most situational one, because if you don't get Cypher at the start, she's always the worst. Because at most you get 2 characters, and if Cypher's not at the start, she's completely useless. Because you only get any money value out of that if you get a literally at the start. If you don't get at the start, she's literally worse than anything else.
It's a bit difficult. I'll pick Throne of Worlds to have a go first. I believe that when day and night switch over, Throne of Worlds will allow my allies to deal more damage.
Day and night do switch very frequently here, so the team will have more chances to deal damage.
Relying on the field effect is pretty interesting.
There are more interesting things where that came from.
What is this one? What's going on here? Is that a Dromas?
For example, the chemical arts of the Bow of Rift can turn discarded and destroyed curios into cosmic fragments.
Ah, sounds like there will be new dimensions to consider in the future when it comes to strategizing.
You see, the Divergent Universe's strategy system...
To be honest, the current thing, I never used the strategy system. I just pick whatever I want. Because I think, because obviously strategies are set up by anyone else, and that fundamentally using anyone else's strategies would mean that I will go by anyone else's, but my own strategy is. But the only thing I know for sure is that in the current version of this, occurrence events are ass because there's so many downside events. I played to a higher thing. You've seen that they had a ton of HP. But my experience is that occurrences are shit and it's better to go into combat because in occurrences you have such a high chance to get something terrible. Like the regular basic occurrence thing is something that's literally the worst to pick in any possible situation because it just has so many bad events in there. Generally really good ones are always the elite fights because you get big stonks out of those. Especially if you get an early Cypher. And the big reward is good, adventure is good, What's the other one with the Gamba machine in there? The one with the Gamba machine in there is good too. I forgot the name of the specific one. Shop is decent if you need to buy, if you have good money to buy. But occurrence is just generally more ruining your run rather than giving you anything. Because a bad result is also kind of taking a potential reward from a combat. There's so many bad occurrences. So if you want to get high in there, just never pick occurrence and you're good. That's the strat.
Also includes a new function to share strategy codes. Trailblazers can use a strategy code to directly import a strategy in the...
I think there's like, what's the point in a strategy code if everything is random anyway? Like, it's not that you can get this randomly or get this randomly. Like, you don't have that much control, or the weighted curious. Like, I always get useless dog shit for weighted curious. Also, they really love I feel like all of the buffs in there are just promoted for basically this team. This is basically the main team, the only team they're testing with the buffs. But you can't really get it. It's all random. I don't like having anything kind of put on. Because you don't have...
Game!
Now it will be even easier to find a specific strategy.
True. Okay, now let's take a short break. The show will resume when we're back.
I know what's up next. It's gonna be that good old friend, Gift of Odyssey.
Indeed.
Hyacinth,
behold and rejoice.
Emergency Hyacinth Pulse.
The Planar Fisher and Garden of Plenty events will also return in this version. Completing them will earn you...
I mean, that's just baseline stuff, other than... They're not really as hype when we're coming from triple in this version.
Double rewards.
We also have some new materials to introduce to everyone. Stagnant Shadow.
Physical type counter sentiment. It's kind of nice of them. I mean, obviously that's gonna be the final material. They already give us they already like, here you can pre-farm for Paimon. I mean, that he's physical is already known, that they drip marketed him, so you don't have to be. That was already in the drip marketing, so it's. I mean, everyone is building for is. I gotta think about maybe going for Finon as a second team. I feel like Fei Xiao is kind of just Fei Xiao is having a rough time. I was struggling a bit the last time with Fei Xiao. You seen how that team did really well, so maybe Finon is actually gonna be this. But I gotta see if I can use him properly to begin with, like what sort of things he likes to have. Like, can I put him with Robin, give Robin the Penacony set for some nice physical damage bonus on Paimon? Is he welcome in Robin's world? Those are some...
Shape of Deep Sheaf will come online. And you can obtain the essential material, Invasive Clot, for physical characters upon completing the challenge. Cavern of Corrosion, Path of Thunder Surge will also open soon.
We have a new sort of set for Hyacinth. Building a Hyacinth is gonna be rough though. I don't like having one useless set in there. Although maybe there's more universal use.
Complete its challenge to obtain the 2 relic sets. Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder, and Wave Strider Captain.
In terms of system optimizations, the relic storage limit will be
Nice. How many do we have currently in the relic storage? So finally I'm not out of set pieces. Now you cook, that's the set for Hyacinth.
to
Finally,
3,000 in version 3.3.
we don't have to destroy them for one
To a
version.
bigger backpack. Now I can hoard more treasures and relics in there.
The red notification reminder in the game will also be optimized. The repeated red notification dots that Trailblazers see when switching devices will be significantly reduced, and the logic behind some counterintuitive notifications will also be optimized.
Yes.
All right, that brings us to the end of the version 3.3 special program.
Alright, there we. I like Hyacinth. She's gonna. Sad that the cat is dead, but I guess it is what it is. So I guess nothing can be done about that. But I'm looking forward to the story finale. I was expecting that it will be the Aqualove one. So they might even put in like the already something leading towards the Ascension of Fanon. But I feel like the full Ascension gotta be for the next version. It's gonna be like some crazy hype moment. That's gonna be the most peak moment of Amphareus. This one is probably gonna be for Hyacinth. Let's hope I get some Hyacinth luck, but either way, this is for the video. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.